on my phone because I'm too cheap to have internet here. Give me 1 second. Coming in for a landing in your own body, feeling what it feels like to be you right now. Yeah. And just having a moment, maybe hand on chest, hand on belly for gratitude that you're in a body and can move, right? Like if you couldn't move at all, but you know what? Even if we can't move at all, we still can breathe. That's movement. So even when movement is limited, there's still a lot of movement. But landing in ourselves and our cells, hand on belly, hand on heart, some kind of gratitude to anyone, anything, even if it's your pet. Like sometimes I think of my pets and I just feel so much love. So whatever brings it up for you, or my partner, or I don't know, life in general. I'm like, yes, this is not a bad thing. All right. So coming into gratitude whenever you have the chance is such a good way to land in being a human on the planet, especially when there's so much other crap going on. Let's inhale, reach up and open, and exhale and open out. And I want to just add this hands to heart, hands on belly as a resource, not a, oh my God, my belly's too big or my boobs or whatever, but just like I'm coming into myself in a gentle, kind way. Oh yeah, here I am, a way to ground and find midline. Inhale, open, radiating out into the space. Exhale, let's bring it back in and find that midline. So coming into yourself, open it out. If you want to change which hand is on top, generally one hand is going to feel better than the other, but it could be interesting to keep switching it up. Good for our brains. And I learned this, we're going to do a mudra thing in a minute for our hands. So yeah, hands, feet, ankles, all those, all the distal parts of our body, which can get really ignored or not taken in as being an integral part of a really healthy functioning system. We want that energy out of the edges of our body and energy in the center. And a nice flow going outward and coming inward. All right, so we're going to do this hand mudra. Let's rub your hands together. So what is a mudra? Well, it's a gesture, and it could be of your body, but in this case, we're doing hands. I'm just going to come in close to the camera. You're going to do this like offering, like you're holding your hands, like I am offering and receiving. So the pinkies are touching. From there, you're going to keep your hands together. You're going to fold in, knuckles together. My fingers are like that. And you're going to put your thumbs together and take that into your solar plexus. So thumbs are pointing up, fingertips pointing in. And then from there, you're going to circle around and bring it into prayer in front of your heart. So we're going to go back the other way. You're going to take your fingers forward. Your thumb is up. Fingers keep circling down. Fingers towards your chest. And then you're going to open. And here's the offering and the receiving. Thank you. I'm receiving that. I'm taking it into my solar plexus. And I'm going to bring it up to my heart in prayer. Then we undo it, pointing the fingers forward, keeping the fingers and thumbs touching. Back of the knuckles towards each other. This is extended in towards your solar plexus. And then opening the hands out, offering. One last time, bring it in. 3 is really a magical number for our bodies. And if this is difficult this time, you're like, what the hell is going on? Spend some time on your own. I said 3, but let's do it this last time. Prayer, solar plexus, offering and receiving. Good. And just shake that out. Just feeling into if that brings anything up. Hello, hands, hello, fingers, wiggle them around. Arms, wings, wings of the heart. Flap those wings. Let's fly. Fly with me. Come fly with me. The ridiculous things that I'm going to make you do in my class. But there's a reason for it, right? We want to feel the center to edge to center relationship. And then let's take it into breathing again. Inhale, chest and heart opening to the ceiling with that new relationship into your hands. Exhale, bend your knees, take it down, relax your head all the way down. So we always incorporating new material. Lift, exhale, take it down, soften and melt. Inhale, reach it up and lift. Exhale, take it down. Knees are bent, very relaxed. Head drops. Inhale, open, fill up, expand, exhale, soften, melt. Open your feet wider, shift from side to side, bend one knee, bend the other. I am looking at the dust under my couch. It's really, I try to vacuum under there, but that doesn't quite fit. This is actually a couch that pulls out into a bed. Free up your spine, head to tail. And come into center. Let's bend the knees, deep bend, and then butt toward the ceiling. Doesn't have to be your biggest stretch. Doesn't even have to straighten all the way. Just bending and stretching, getting those quads working and stretch and a little teeny hamstring stretch, but not your biggest. And then roll all the way up, coming all the way up to the top. And we're going to do a bounce and lift. Bounce. If we were skiing, we'd be pushing down the hill, right? Maybe the arms wouldn't go up, but like we could push ourselves along with our arms and our poles, staying parallel, not using the legs very much. Up, bending and stretching. And then let's try bend, stretch, and then take it to your tippy toes. Bend, stretch, see if you can find a balance on top. Bend, lift, woo, bend. If you fall out of it, great, no big deal. Bend and lift, bend and suspend. Find the suspension. Fall out of it. Lift, fall out of it. Lift, fall out of it. Lift. Yeah, so in that lift, that's when my toes have to do the work, right? Of trying to balance and support me. Let's open the feet wide, circle your pelvis. Lubricating up your hip sockets, letting your sacrum really move around. So here's my sacrum circling around. Think of that tailbone pointing, making a circle in all these different directions. Mobilizing your ankles, knees, feet. See if you can, I'm moving back so that you can see all of me. See if one side of your body takes over and dominates that circle. Change direction. Feet, ankles, knees and hips. Your knees are mostly just bending and straightening, right? But there can be a little teeny bit of side movement in there. Most of it's coming from the ball and socket joint of your hip and all the bones and muscles of your feet and ankles. All right, so the floor, all the way down. So I forgot to bring any camera with me. Oh, I've only got one ball. Here's my one ball. I have another one. It's in the bathroom right now. Why is the ball in the bathroom? Let's flip around. Here we go. Taking your arms over your head. I'm not going to use the ball yet. I'm just getting it near me. I'm going to exhale quarter of the way up. Inhale down. Exhale. Breathe as much out as you can. Let your lungs fill up. So let's make this exercise really about exhale out everything and inhale. Fill it back up. Exhale. Everything as much as you can out and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. I'm kind of doing a double exhale. So I come up and then I exhale a little more and then I inhale down. Exhale. Little extra. Inhale down. Exhale. Little extra. Inhale down. Exhale. Little extra. Inhale down. Now, in that down position, hop your ribs and arch your back, and then bring it into the floor without hugely tucking your tail. So if I tuck my tail, I'm doing that, but I want to work more up here. So I want to get this little bit of movement here in the arch in my rib cage lungs, right? So I'm sticking out my chest, arching my back, and then bringing it back down without tucking my tail. We can try it both ways. Let's try it both ways. So lift, arch, arch, and then exhale. Try to bring the ribs down and then do that last final thing and tuck. Release your tail, lengthen your spine, push into the floor, arch your back, creating space under your waist. Let the rib cage descend. This time, don't tuck your tail. So you're coming into a neutral without that tuck. Arch and lift open, and then you can exhale out, knit the ribs, and just bring it back down. Fill up. Let your chest and lungs open. Excitement, fun, and exhale. Knitting into neutral, not coming into tuck. You can see how that changes my body. And tucking is submission in the animal kingdom, right? Tuck your tail between your legs. That is like telling a dog it's a bad dog. We all know what dogs do when they're been told off. Their tail goes between their legs. It's the same for people. That is a way of dominating people. So I really hate it when I hear it, and I hear it a lot. Tuck your tail, get that tailbone. It's like, no, don't tuck your fucking tail. Let it stick out a little bit. Come into neutral. We should have a slight arch in our spine. We're not here, right? We want to have a balance between the front and back of our body. So let's just shake that out. Let go of my swearing. I was teaching a class at Dutchess Community College yesterday. It was a dance improvisation class. I'm subbing for someone else. And one of the girls just kept swearing. Like every time she'd speak, she'd swear. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Is it okay? Like, listen, it's preferable if you don't, but sometimes it comes out, whatever. I speak that language. I like it as extra, emphasis. Take your hands on your knees and make circles, but not if it's mean. Not if swearing is mean spirited. I don't swear at other people or curse other people out, but I like it as an emphatic use. Change direction. And she was using it as emphasis also. So I feel like there's a very big distinction to be made with cursing. And is it for emphasis or is it cruel? Shake it all out, shake it all out, shake it all out. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. And then let's lower the feet down to the floor. Press your pelvis up, circles with your hips. The emphasis. What is the emphasis? What's the emphasis in your circle? Where do you feel like, right now for me, one of my hamstrings is a little bit sore from whatever I did in that, and I pretty much think I know what it is in that improvisation class. So I'm feeling my right hamstring a fair amount. So I have to say that, like, in my senses, the emphasis is in that right hamstring. In my movement, I'm trying to emphasize the top of the circle so that my back body is working. My hamstring that's a little bit sore, probably from overexertion, not from overstretching. Change direction. My hamstring is getting that blood flow, moving through it. And we're warming up our back body, right, as we're doing this. If you have a big kyphosis, if you have a big kind of humpy upper neck and your head kind of pops up here, it's okay to put a little bit of something behind your head, but mostly we want to be able to open this up without our head going forward, right? Roll it down through your spine. Take your legs up in the air. Shake them, shake them, shake them. Release your feet and ankles. Shake out your calves. Give those calves a little hit. And then happy baby pose. Yeah, nobody in my Zoom room, none of you guys have that kyphosis, but my dad had it. My dad was kind of like hunchbacky. He'd had tuberculosis of the spine as a child, which really messed up his spine. And like the way they treated that in England at the time was to leave him in a children's hospital, an open air children's hospital, which means they were wheeled out and left in the, which is probably good for them, in the to the elements out in the, I don't know, outside for most of their day. But he was also kind of strapped to a bed for several years of his life as a young child. Saw his mother once every month. She could come for one afternoon. It's shocking. Anyway, this was in the early 40s. So the war was going on in England. One leg and then the other leg. Yeah, if you want to emotionally stunt someone's growth, take them away from their mother in those formative years. and relax. Drop it down. Turn your head from side to side. Have a moment of mother appreciation, whether it's like Mother Mary, Kali Ma, your mom, your friend who's a really good mom, just appreciating that mother energy that takes care of us. Maybe it's our own selves within our body. Like there's the mother part of me that takes care of my cats, my boyfriend, even my mom, my house, the things where it's like nurturing. So just honoring that. That's really important. When we feel safe and contained, we can down regulate, right? That's why children need some boundaries. Then they can go, oh, I know I can't do that. I know I can do this. It's clear. Animals too. Some people are better than others at boundaries with animals. Hands behind your head, elbow to knee, one leg in, one leg out, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax. Drop it down. Feel your head weight, your ribs, your pelvis really connecting to the earth, right? Dropping down, grounding your energy, and then find the fluids in your body. And we're just going to gently roll from side to side. So I'm going to roll all the way onto one side. My head is relaxed. And then I'm going to pour myself across, pouring slowly like a bucket of paint. Or maybe something thicker than paint, right? Like if paint's really stirred up, it's not always that thick. So something thicker than stirred up paint. Just rolling from side to side, letting your body soften and melt. So you're not carrying extra tension, just letting go. You can add sound to that. Big breath in, letting it melt away, letting tension melt away, receiving gravity in your body. You have no choice, it's there anyway. So being in harmony with it. The gravity helps our tissues form, and the water, the fluids in our body, the gravitational pull of the earth inform our body how to be, right? And we can also let tension by just releasing it into the earth as we roll from side to side, really relaxed and easy. Letting go. Good. If you want to be able to digest your food, you got to be able to down regulate. If you want to digest your life, got to be able to down regulate, right? So when we're in those rollings, we're just letting go if we don't even know what, or we're letting our body process, right? We're learning how to dial down and slow down so that our nervous system can come into that rest and digest, soothe and settle. Rest and digest. That's where we are digesting our food. That's where we're healing, all those things, right? So we want to come into that soft, gentle place in our bodies. And it can happen fast. Like we can just go, I can just relax. And then I'm going to work again. I'm going to relax. And that's like we're developing the muscle of being able to work with our nervous system so that we can upregulate and have energy and do things and downregulate and calm ourselves and process life. Let's open our legs out, side, circles with your feet. Oh, hello, couch. I have to bring it up a little higher. Say hello to your environment, change direction. Just noticed an extra stripe in my sock on one sock. This one's got a stripe and this one doesn't. I'll show you. On my heel. Never saw that before. So pay attention to your environment. Okay, I'm going to show you this way. So that way, laying totally down or with your head in your hands. I'm going to go ahead in my hands. I'm going to flex my knees and ankles, reach out, extending my legs, pointing my toes, and then I'm going to crisscross, beat, and open. Flex, extend, and reach. Crisscross, open. Flex it in, reach it out, beat, open. Your version might be like this. You might just be working to straighten those legs up there. That is fine. Wherever you are is where you are. And that's fine, right? Every day is a different day in your body, and your body likes to make gains in flexibility and strength slowly, right? We want to do things slowly so that we're not pushing our body so much that we get injured. Listening in. 4 more. Ideally, you're changing which leg goes in front of the other one. 3, but maybe you're not. 2, 1. Takes a little extra thought to do it. Try to stay present with your body as you're working out, right? It's not like, oh, I just move my body and don't pay any attention. No, be in it, be present with it. All right, we're going to internally rotate. So feet are wide, internally rotating one leg at a time, spiraling in. Breathing into it. And as I'm doing that, I'm reaching out with my body. So like I get this extra stretch, which feels really good. Listen in. Think about animals like cats. What do they do the minute they get up? Oh, they do, or when they're laying down, they do those stretches. They reach out their legs, right? My cats are super duper skilled at stretching their legs. Or they do that arch where they stretch it all back. Let's just try that. Let's just try that. You're going to roll onto your side. See if you can stretch back like a cat in that arch. Then gently roll back onto the floor. Take it onto your side. And anyway, I'm going to just do this messy since I'm on a carpet. See if you can take it into that stretch and then bring it back in. Bend your knees. Do whatever you got to do. Roll onto your side. Take it into an arch. Roll it back. Roll onto your side. Take it into an arch. Roll it back. So like, and then let's take our knees into our chest and just circle them together, massage out your back. Like mobility isn't like I do the exercise like this, and then I do that, and then I do this, and then I do this, and then I do this, and that's my mobility. It's more like, no, I can just get around. I can do whatever I need to do, right? I can find different ways of getting places. That's mobility. Mobility is fluency in moving. Change direction with your legs or roll around and do some mobility, whatever feels good to you. Let's do a spiral, twisting from side to side. So let's do 3 grades of this. So the easier version is feet on the floor and just the knees, right? If your back hurts when you spiral, here's your version. And you could even take it so you're not spiraling too much by bringing your upper body with it. Next layer is this one. If your spiral feels good, go for this one. Turning your head away from your knees if your back feels good. And then the next one, and I need to relocate myself, just do it this way, is this one with the legs going from side to side with straight legs. This one takes a little bit more thought, definitely more strength. If you want to get your head going away from your legs, I really have to think about it. You can also just stare at the ceiling. Back, body, arms, center, core. What's working here? Everything's working here. We are either stretching or working almost everything within our core, within our center. Arms and legs are also part of the mix, right? I'm even pointing my toes and reaching through my fingertips. A couple more times. For me, this is a huge one for having a back that feels good. Good. And bring it in, shake it all out. Let go of all that working. Let it be in playing, free flow, shake it out. Let it out. And let's flip over onto hands and knees. I'm going to curl my toes under in the back and just pop my tail up to a downward dog, looking back there between my knees. And then I'm going to drop it back down, hover. You can put your knees down if you want or not, and push it up. Taking it down to hover, tail to the ceiling. Another option would be to be here on your forearms, little lift, bringing it down. These are both going to do slightly different things in my body. So I do recommend trying both of them if you can. Sometimes people think that there's like the harder one is the one to do. There are different things to achieve in each version or to feel. And if you want to really go crazy with it, you can go elbows to the floor, knees down, press up, elbows, knees. Oh, this is a hard one. So, only for, I don't know, only for the ridiculous people like me. Let's take our hands here and we're just going to rotate and rotate. So let's take our shoulders up to our ears, shoulders down, eye of the elbow opens up. Rotate in, and then we're going to add a little arch and curl to that. So head down and head up. Head down as you rotate in, head up. Rotate and spiral in, spiral out, open your heart. Spiral in, spiral out. Let's try this one more version. And that's going to be on fingertips. So fingertips, try not to be like that. Try to be like that. So you can see I'm not collapsing in that joint. I'm pushing down through it. You can take your weight back towards your knees more if you need to. So we're gonna do the same thing. Curl, arch, and spiral. Rotate in with the arms, rotate out, stick out your butt. Rotate in so it looks like this sideways. Rotate out. Rotate in, scoop. Rotate out. Rotate in. Rotate out. Rotate in. Rotate out. Good. Coming over the back of the hands, I'll show it this way. We're going to rotate, spiral in, spiral out, spiral in, spiral out, spiral in. I'm pushing into the floor. So I'm pushing into the floor with my forearm so that that tissue in my forearm gets some integrity, right? Especially since we're doing so much stuff like this, like this, like this. We want that integrity of our forearms. Just shake it all out. Shake it out like Animal, the drummer in the Muppets. Like, ah, he's got those arms that just are like totally spazzing out all over the place. Like, I absolutely love Animal. Total free flow, right? Totally uncontained. All right, let's take it down to a side plank. Not a total side plank. We're going to go knee is bent, lower leg is on the floor, elbow on the floor. We're going to arch back, bring it in. Arch, curl, long spine. Exhale, open it up. We're giving our discs a chance to really readjust and maximize on the spaciousness in between our vertebrae, right? We want between our vertebrae. We want to move in diverse ways, in diverse relationships to gravity, switching it to the other side, so that our inner body has a chance to recapitulate coming into a healthier form, right? If we just sit up straight all the time, or we sit at a desk and we don't move very much, and then we go home, we go to bed, and we don't move very much, or we sit in our car, we're not getting all this diversity of movement. And our tissue is going to reflect that by not being very available for movement. And on the other hand, if you haven't done any of this stuff ever and you do it, you might injure yourself because it's like, oh my God, I'm asking for something new out of my body. Or you might get sore. Arch and curl, reach it back and in. So take it easy. If something's new to you, maybe don't do all of them. I know I'm not talking to the people in my Zoom room, I'm really talking to the greater public out there in TV land. Inhale, open, exhale, reach, reach. Two more. Out and in and out and in and come down. I feel like I want to get back down to our backs. And let's do a little bit more ab work, but we're really working our whole body. So it's going to be the Laura version of the hundreds. We're going to touch our toes to the floor, legs are together, arms over your head. You're going to exhale to the ceiling Ooh, I'm getting a cramp in my foot. You're going to make a shh sound all the way down. Inhale, touch it down. I'm going to release my feet on the floor so that I don't cramp. Exhale, up and shh, like you're very aggressively telling everyone to be quiet. Inhale, exhale, up. Inhale, exhale, up. Inhale, open. And why am I cramping? I'm cramping because I had more than one coffee this morning. And by more than one coffee, that means like 1 1/4. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 2 more. Open it up long. Exhale, inhale. Last one. Exhale. Hold it out there for a second. Just breathe into that. And relax. Drop your head into the floor, flop down, shake it out, really give in to gravity like, ugh, like a rag doll. And let go. Yeah, those ragdoll cats have they just don't hold tension. Like some cats you pick up and it's like they're kind of rigid. Like my little pea pod. She's a little bit more rigid. She's got a lot of tension in her body. But the squeaky deek is like a noodle. It's like Sistema. Picking him up, he's like a Sistema artist. Like he can just go totally out of your grasp by just noodling, becoming so relaxed. It's really hard to hold on to somebody who has no tension in their body. So Sistema is a Russian system of martial art, but it's really cool. It's really fluid, and I just have to say, I think they got a lot of things right in that one. It's a great system, although it is a little intense and dude-like, but there's a lot of good stuff in there. Take it from side to side. Andrew Huberman would like it. Maybe. All right, let's go opposite arm to leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Reach. Lower, reach. Lower, reach. Lower, reach. And lower. Shake it out. Take your head on your hands, curl your toes under, push up and down. Relax your body as much as you can. So just imagine that your bones are jangling around in there and your muscles, tissues, fascia, soft tissues, organs are just like jello, free flowing, easily moving, no extra tension. Letting go of your neck, throat, and jaw, letting go of tension in that occipital joint where your head connects onto your spine. And then let's take the hands next to our chest. We're going to baby cobra. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale up. Lift your legs, radiate arms and legs out, bring it back in. The whole thing comes down. Upper body, lower body, splash out into an X, bring it in, lower down. Up, lower, flying squirrel. Narrow it in, come down. Upper body, lower body, flying squirrel. Narrow it in, down. One more. Upper body, lower body, reach it out, bring it in. Hands next to your chest, arch all the way up. And release it back down. Use your breath. Inhale, lift, and exhale. Release it down. Inhale. If you want to touch your toes to your head, you can try that. And release. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. And last one. Inhale. And take it back into a child's pose. Surrender. Let your head drop down. look under one side, look under the other. If your head kind of stays off the floor in child's pose, put your hands up so that your head can rest. If you're always holding this tension in your spine, it's hard to learn how to let go of it. So you want to put it down where onto something if necessary, a block, some books, whatever, your hands. But you want to make sure that you can let go and then soften, look from one side to the other, turning your head in a more relaxed way. And then we're going to interlace our hands out in front of our heads, rolling up to the crown of your head, reaching through your tail, taking it back, rolling up, rounding your spine. If you want to make this a little bit more exciting, pick up your knees, drop them, roll it back down, rolling up. You can curl your toes, push, lower. You don't have to, it's just an option, or you can just roll back and forth, or you can just stay in your child's pose. If you feel like, oh, I got this, oh, and I want to go all the way, you could do that. So really let this workout, whatever it is, work for you. Be creative, adjust accordingly. Ha. Good. Let's let that go. Come in, do a time check. We talked a lot before we started class today. Let's come on to our sides. Let's just do a little bit of leg stuff. So coming onto your side, legs are straight down below you. Push up here. Staying in the frame. Flexed feet parallel. We're going for 4. So flexed feet parallel, 4 up and down, going 1. Low leg. 2, reach away from center. 3, 4, tippy toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, pointed toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it out. Flex foot. 1, 2, 3. Still low. 4, tippy toes. 1. Sorry, 2. That's it. 3, 4. Pointed toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it in. Flex foot. 1, 2. Reach through heel. 3, 4. Tippy toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pointed toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give it a little rest. Give it a little whack, especially up here around your greater trochanter. So this little knob up here, it's the top knob like that coming out of your femur head. The top big knob, there's another small knob on the inside, your lesser trochanter, but this big knob, and a lot of times things are inserting into that. Well, things are inserting into that. And a lot of times that can get kind of tight and congested. So we want to give it some touch. You can squeeze in there. All that rolling on the floor is also going to help. Flex foot, up and down. Flex and point down. So these are big ones for 8. Going 1, 2, 3, 4. Turned out leg. 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. We're going to do the inside leg. So you can either take your foot behind or in front. If this is easy and comfortable, go in front. If not, go behind. And I have to say, it also depends on the day for me. Like sometimes my knee is like, no, don't do that. Today it feels good. Flex bottom leg parallel. Right underneath you. It's not in a Pilates pike. It's straight down below you. Flex parallel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tippy toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pointed toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it out. Heel up, toes down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tippy toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pointed toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it in. Toes up. 1. This is hard. 2 for me today. 3, 4. Tippy toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tippy toe. Pointed toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And relax. Wow. Oh my God. I was out in the park earlier. I got up, did a meditation, went out for a walk, and then played on the jungle gyms in the park. But I didn't do that much leg work, so I don't know why my legs are feeling it. But they are. Maybe it's just hard today. I'm going to bend and straighten my knees here. I'll show you what that looks like. I'm like this, bending, bending, one side and then the other, letting that massage out the back of my hips, open up my inner thighs. And that's going to roll me around to the other side on my mat. All right, coming on to the other side. I'm pulling. This is another dancer thing, to wear like something long and then pull it up so that you can see your legs. All right, we are starting parallel, flex foot, going 1, 2, 3, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it in, heel up, toes down, flex, 1, 2, 3, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Big ones, up and down, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Leg in front of you or behind you. If you're taking it in front, see if you can grab your ankle. Flex foot straight down below you, up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2. This is parallel. 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it out, toes down, heel up. 1, 2, 3, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and relax. Oh, I don't know. Legs are feeling it. Okay, let's do a happy baby. Release your lower back. Let yourself play with straightening out in your baby. So you can go from baby in any way into an inner thigh stretch. Just letting yourself play in what feels good in your body. What does your body need right now? And if you don't know, ask it. Just say, body, what do you need right now? Or another way to frame it is, what do I need right now? Let's do a quad stretch from there. You have 2 choices. You can do it here, but I think I'm gonna do it laying on my back with one leg folded in. So choose your poison, doesn't have to be what I'm doing. Ah, this feels good. Breathing into it. Surrender. Surrender, Dorothy. And then release that. You can roll it over and do the other side, or fold it under and lay down, same thing. So really up to you, however you want to do that. Breathe. I feel like so many people overemphasize hamstring stretching and underemphasize quad stretching. And in this day, when we spend so much time folded up in chairs, we really need to also be lengthening the front of the hip flexors and quad, right? That's super important. Doesn't mean we have to do this extreme type of stretch, but we do want to make sure that we're stretching them sometimes. And release. Pick up your butt, shake it out. Let that release your lower back and take it one more time into a happy baby. Pretend you're a happy baby. What would it be like to be a happy baby, a happy bouncing baby boy or a bouncing baby girl? What would that feel like in your body? Bouncy, soft tissue, right? Babies are super hydrated. Babies are like 90% water. Like all their tissue and density and bone hasn't formed that much. As we get older, we're going to probably lose a lot of that. Like people, as we get older and older, like the percentage of water in our body goes down. But if we move more, we can keep our tissues hydrated. And that's why the 3-dimensional movement is so important. All right, let's come onto our legs, standing on our legs. You're going to stand on 2 feet, cross one foot in front of the other, and just take it down there with one leg crossed over the other. Feel into that. If you need to bend your knees, go ahead. If you need to like have something in front of you, like lean on your couch or a chair, do that. Support your body however you feel like you can kind of release a little bit. Because of the like shiftedness of this building, and I'm on the top floor here, the floor is kind of like a bowl. Change it to the other side, and I'm looking down. So I've had to put some books under my couch so that it doesn't dump you out of it. And the books under there are Unlimited Power by Anthony Robbins and The Lear of Orpheus by Robertson Davies. Super funny. Unlimited Power is holding up the couch on one side, and The Lear of Orpheus is holding up the couch on the other side, or the lyre, however you want to say that, the musical instrument. Undo, open your feet wide, shift from side to side, bend. This is the minutia of my life. These are the interesting details that I find amusing. And come in, roll it all the way up. I think Robertson Davies is a Canadian author. Inhale, open, reach it out and up. And exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. And Tony Robbins believes that everything is sales. And if you're a salesman, everything is sales. If you're a surgeon, every injury needs to be cut open. If you're a movement teacher, everyone needs to move more, right? Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Just a quick spiral each direction. We all see the world in the light of our kind of purpose of being on the planet. All right, that is it for the people in TV land. Is anyone out there? Hello, hello. There are people out there. Hello, hello. Please like, subscribe, share, all the things. How exciting. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to close it down.